my paw on. Alright, let's do this. Whoa! Hello! I'm not dead. It's good to see y'all again. I know it's been a minute since I last did a video on here. I'm sorry, making YouTube videos are hard. I'm kind of lazy, but that's beside the point. I wanted to do a little story time video real quick because I think it will be fun, and also I can't really think of anything to talk about at the moment because I'm a bad YouTuber. But that's besides the point. With finals coming up and people stressing about college and high school and all that, I thought about a story that I love sharing about my time in college. So this was way back during my freshman year of college. So I just moved into my college dorm. My parents helped me pack all in, and I was super happy because it was I was super excited about college. Finally, I'm off on my own at a big university and stuff like that. And so I'm just I'm super pumped. So at the time when I was living in my apartment, I was living with 3 other people. So obviously I was living with my roommate at the time and 2 other suite mates that lived in the room beside us. So essentially there were 2 rooms on the left and right side, and then there was a common area in the middle. So your kitchen and all that. And I'm gonna be honest, obviously it was my freshman year, so the apartment was pretty small. You got what you get. You get what you pay for. So obviously it was a pretty, and also these were the freshman dorms, so there were not too much you were working with, but you know what? It's not about that. It's all about the college experience. That's what they say. So around this time, it's around November, October-ish. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it's been going on. We've been in school for a while now. And so finally I get to talk with my roommate. We didn't talk much, but we kind of said hello to each other here and there. I wasn't buddy-buddy with my roommate, but we were just roommates. We kind of just lived in the same space, but really didn't talk to each other. So months go on, we're all doing our little own thing, and then I start noticing a trend that's going on. So normally when I got home from my classes, the thermostat would be at its lowest setting, because on our thermostat, it was not one of the fancy thermostats that showed the numbers on them. It was an old style one that had a lever that literally just flipped up and down between hot and cold. There was no indicator showing how hot or cold the room was, so it was kind of just pick and choose, I guess. But every time I got home from my classes, it would always be at its lowest setting. And so I'm just because every time I walk in, it would be an iceberg in there. I'm why is it so damn cold in here? For me, I'm not a cold person. I'm gonna be flat out honest. I hate being cold. But you might be telling yourself, oh, why does it put on more layers? That's besides the point. I like my room to be at a comfortable temperature because I just like being comfortable. I think that's not too hard to add. I would turn it I would turn it halfway, kind of in the middle. I'm thinking that's around 70, 71 degrees and all that. The next day, come back from classes, it will be at the lowest setting, and I have to turn it back up to the medium. And I'm not the only one complaining. You might be thinking, oh, it's probably just me. It's not just me. Also, my other roommate that I was living with in my room, he was also complaining about the cold. Because again, we just wanted to be neutral. Also, disclaimer, in our room, we had the vents, but you couldn't close the shutters. It would just open vents. So we couldn't block the vents or anything like that. So that's another thing that you have to know. So again, this goes on for maybe a month or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I am not a confrontational person. I will suffer in silence. I know that's a bad trait to have, but I just do not like starting confrontation. We start going on. I come home, thermostat be at its lowest. I turn it up. But then one day, I was freezing. I was I can't do this. It is cold outside. I'm not gonna be cold in my apartment. I'm no. So I go out to the room. I turn it up halfway. I go back to my room. I hear the door of my roommate on the other side of the other room. I hear his door open. It's a little brief pause of silence. Then he walks back in and shuts his door. I'm like, okay. 5 minutes go by. I feel like a cold breeze is like brushing over me. And I'm like, no way that he just turned the thermostat down. So I'm like, I'm not about to do this because I don't know if I was just having a bad day or I was just like really fed up with the cold. But I go outside of my room, turn the thermostat again halfway, go back into my room, and then get back to my work. And then again, it was just a back and forth confrontation. Like literally just a cold war going on. And I low-key hated it so much. I just don't like being cold. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Like, I know I could put on more layers, but I shouldn't have to. Just put it at a comfortable temperature. That's all I'm saying. And I find it so funny. I find it so funny that, like, again, we really never talked to each other before. Like, we said hello to each other here and there, but aside from there, we never talked. Until finally, after, like, the third time I turned it up, I got a text on my phone, and it was my roommate saying like, hey, dude, can you stop raising the temperature in the room? I'm sweating my ass off in here. I'm like, how are you sweating, my guy? It is like 50 degrees outside. He said, yeah, I have my window open. I'm like, what were you doing? What are you doing that requires all of this cold air? I'm just like, oh my god, I'm like losing my mind over here. And like he keeps saying that like if I keep doing this, I'm gonna like be resorted to the RA or something like that. I'm just like, ugh. It was such a nightmare. But like, you know what? I'm a people pleaser, and I was just like, you know what? Fine. The semester's almost over. I guess I can hold out, I guess, like, because every weekend he would like go home or whatever, so I would be home in the apartment by myself during the weekends, turn the thermostat to however I please, and that was like my moment of bliss to kind of be in my apartment without freezing my ass off. And so finally, next semester rolls around, him and his roommate, they didn't come back next semester, so me and my roommate, we're like, okay, cool. We can finally have the apartment to how we like it. So we're like, cool. Like, I don't know, like, from what my RA told me, he transferred schools or whatever. I don't know what was going on with him. Like, again, I've never talked to the guy. So, I don't know. But finally, I have my moment of bliss to just finally enjoy the room how I like it. It was just fine. During this time, the semester keeps going and going and all that. And then finally, we're at the second round of finals. My roommate and I, like my roommate who was living in my room, he decided, like no offense, like he was like, hey, no offense to you, but do you mind if I move over into the other room? Because there's no one living in there. We're like, yeah, no, like that's perfectly fine. Like there's no reason for us to like have an empty room and not use it. So he grabbed all this stuff into our room and moved into that room. And so finally, we were able to just be like roommates. Like we had our own separate rooms, we had everything, and it was great. Until one day, I was taking a nighttime class, and like I didn't get home until like maybe like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I came home one day, and have you ever like opened an oven and like all of that like hot air like blast you in the face? That's what I walked into on my room one day. Like literally, I opened the door and like a rush of hot air just hit me in the face. I swear I got hit by the sun. It was like I got bitch slapped by the sun. I am sorry, but I did. Because I was just not expecting that. Because I don't know what was going on, but like our room, like the entire apartment was like literally on this highest setting. Like the thermostat was all the way up. And I just got like hit with a big heat wave. And I was like, oh my god. My roommate was, I walked into like my roommate's room to see like why was the apartment so high. I was like, bruh, are you okay? Like why is it so hot? And then I walked into his room and all of his stuff was gone. Everything was gone, like his sheets, his TV, like everything was like cleared out. And I was just like, okay. And I texted him and he never texted me back. I'm like, should I be concerned? Like, where did man go? I finally talked to my RA and I was just like, hey, where did my other roommate go? And she was like, oh yeah, he got like a job internship and just left. And I was just like, oh, okay. And I tried to text him and be like, hey, why you like left a like firebomb in my room for me? he never texted me back. So like, I don't know if that was like, I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to get revenge on me for like complaining about the temperature or whatever, but something happened, I guess. Like, but for the rest of the semester, I had the entire apartment to myself, and it was absolutely bliss. But I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of lonely, but like, you know what? Had the entire apartment to myself, and it was great. Yeah. So, moral of the story, I don't know, find a comfortable temperature that fits everybody's need, I guess. I don't know. I just don't like being cold. I'm sorry. I probably sound like a terrible roommate. I swear I'm not. I just don't like being cold, okay? But overall, I hope you enjoyed my little story time video about college and all that. I have so many other college stories I want to share with you. Like, I kind of want to do like more story time videos and stuff like that. So tell me what you think about it and stuff like that. But I think that's my time to wrap this video up. It's already long enough, and I'm pretty sure you got better things to do anyway. So in the meantime, in between time, I'm Coda, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!